Welcome in, everybody, to Fantasy Pros. This is Fantasy Pros Live. Oh, I've been waiting for a long time to say that again. It's me, Joey P, Joe Pisapia, and with me, as always, my good friend, fresh off of the summer tour, being a roadie for the band Creed on their reunion. It's D-Bro, Derek Brown, the king of bros. D-Bro, come on, tell the truth. You hear that, should have been there on Sunday morning, banging my head. You get really hyped up, don't you?
Dude, come on, man. You can't turn on Higher and not get hyped up. It's impossible. Like, come on. Everybody in the chat, tell me if that's possible. Can you really ever listen to Higher and not just two things? One, automatically get hyped up, and two, automatically think of Thanksgiving Day where it looks like me, like, flying through the air. It's insane, dude. No, Creed's always a hype up thing.
The halftime show, all-time great.
All time.
In Dallas.
All time.
That one, all-time great. Amazing. You know what? That should be the Super Bowl halftime. It should be Creed, damn it. But yes, actually, in the chats, go ahead. Give us your favorite overrated, overexposed band from the early 2000s or late 90s. And we will bring some of them up here live. But again, we are live every single Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday here on the YouTube channel. Today, it's about starting and sitting because, well, the season is beginning. So a very exciting time for all of us here at Fantasy Pros. This is what we work for. This is what we've been drafting for. This is what everything has been going on. Yes, cheers to you, my friend. As what kind of monster crazy energy drink are you drinking today? What do you have?
Ultra
there?
Paradise. So I'm running off of vibes right now, Joey. Running off of vibes.
Wow. Can you read the ingredients in Ultra Paradise for us before we start taking today?
150 grams of awesome, 2 grams of, I don't know what that is, and 2,000 milligrams of caffeine. So I don't need a heart. This thing's just going to jumpstart my entire body.
There you go. Happy football, everybody. All right. I see Limp Bizkit in Lincoln Park. See, I like Lincoln Park. I don't think Lincoln Park's overrated.
Later career Lincoln Park, yes, has been not great. But, you know,
No,
the
yeah,
early stuff is
later
still awesome.
Agreed.
Like Hybrid Theory is still a banger.
Still, the first two albums. Bangers, man. Very
Agreed.
good. All right. So if you got questions, we've got answers. Drop them here in the chat. As always, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Ring the bell till it goes ding for notifications. And of course, yeah, I mean, this is what we do. We're here to help you. And you know, we've done all this work months and months, you know, starting literally from when the season ends through NFL draft season all the way to here. This is what it's all about. So hopefully your teams are all healthy already to start. It actually was kind of a softer preseason for injuries. We've had some years in the past where
cross my fingers on that one.
Preseason's over, whatever. I mean, we're in the season now, so people get hurt, whatever. But that's been kind of nice for a change of pace, which I'm actually very grateful of. I'm also grateful for this question here. Let's go to FBA, full point PPR, 12-person league, pick one, wide receiver 2, and pick a flex, McLaurin, Pickens, and Ford. I'm leaning towards McLaurin and Ford. That's where FBA is. Where are you going?
I'm right with FBA. Give me McLaurin and Ford. Ford for the volume. McLaurin's the easy top pick here too.
It's the easy top pick there. All right, let's go to Godson. Full point PPR. One spot here in the flex. Brian Robinson or Christian Watson. I'm excited about Christian Watson against those young Eagles corners. Those rookie corners, I don't think stand a chance against Christian Watson. He's healthy right now. I want to play him. What say you? I know Brian Robinson's one of your favorite things, D.
Watson.
So this is a tough one. Oh, yeah, Watson. Let's go.
It is not tough, actually. Like, dude, Tampa had a top 5 run defense last year. Not a lot of changeover. I think they're going to roll it back, be really strong versus the run. I think we're going to see Watson pop off on Friday night. Really do.
Now, big headline story, obviously, is Jamar Chase starting to limit practice, all these things. I feel like a deal is going to get done any second. Like, I feel like tonight we're going to be watching and you can say, oh, Jamar Chase at halftime, you know, big deal, or tomorrow afternoon or whatever. I'm not worried about this. You have to start Jamar Chase. That is where I am. And so if you have any questions about this, go ahead, you know, let us know. But D, you drafted him with your number 1 overall pick. Yep. To me, you got to play him regardless. The question is, do you think he's going to be on any kind of a pitch count? And the answer is probably yes, but I don't think enough that it concerns me about actually starting him. But let's take Chase first, and then we'll break down the rest of this Bengals offense based on that.
I think Chase is going to play, and I think regardless of whether he plays a full-time snap role or not, I think they're going to do something similar to what Tennessee kind of did with A.J. Brown a few years ago whenever he was banged up, where we probably see Chase, even if it's a limited role, like 65, 70, maybe 70% of the snaps. But I think if you're looking at like what really matters is if Cincinnati's smart, they say, fine, we don't need you out there to run block all the freaking time. So we cut your snaps in that ilk. So whereas what we care about for Jamar Chase, we care about when they drop back to pass, is he out there? So I think he's going to see an 80, 90% route participation, and that's all that matters. So if you got Chase, I am starting him like I would usually. He's going to be a wide receiver 1 in my rankings, and I'm not worried about it at all, Joey.
All right. What about T. Higgins? Where is he in your rankings this week? Because I can understand a little bit of an elevation on him. Although I will say this, you know, if Gonzalez healthy again for the Patriots, the corners are not as bad as you think they are in New England. You know, just like a kind of a reminder to people. So is Higgins bumped up at all in your ranks just based on, you know, maybe Chase not being on the field as much as he normally would be?
I've got T. Higgins right now as my wide receiver 22. I think he's probably going to live in that low end wide receiver 2 range.
I want to live there too. Sounds like a lovely place to live. Copenhagen saying, the lead singer of Disturbed, talking about his glory days. I know you're referring to me, and yes, I am. We do have similarities.
Speaking
that
of
guy's
good
great,
songs,
by the way.
I was like, dude, Draymond has a wonderful voice, man. Like,
he's
I charge anybody to pull off Sound of Silence like he did. Like, there's very few people that can do that.
Oh, here's a great one. This is my favorite people in the chat. Stop listening to Fantasy Pros, and that's from Joey Bastani. Joey,
thanks
maybe you should take your own advice. I was like, you're here, you're listening to us.
Yeah.
Joke's on you, pal. Joke's on you, pal.
Bring on the hate.
So, yeah, I mean, what are we doing here? And look, the love is there too from Brittany.
Thanks,
Good to
Brittany.
see you guys again. It's good to see you, Brittany. Thanks for
It's like
joining us.
putting on like a really comfortable hoodie, man. It doesn't have the new car smell, but it's wonderful. It's like cinnamon and nutmeg in here.
It's a beautiful marriage of
nice.
Convenience. That's what we are. Let's go to Will Freeman, Harrison Jr. or Malik Nabers. Ooh, Harrison. I agree. Expectations for Malik Nabers here. And by the way, let me just add 0.5 for the interceptions on Daniel Jones is still in plus money. Yeah, just want to throw that out.
Yeah,
there.
I'm gonna bet that right now on Betting Pros. Thank you for that, Joey.
But
no, really, like, dude, Brian Flores is going to blitz the ever-loving crap out of Daniel Jones. Like, he's going to be under duress the entire game.
All right. Don't be under duress, though, during the stream, because we've got lots of fun things going on here, including an amazing giveaway from Trophy Smack Wall Smack. Look at this. So you can basically have these incredible, cool images. I wish there was one of me and Derek. That probably, like, at least with the lightning bolts, or maybe the lasers like we used to have when we were kids in the school photos. That would be terrific. I think next year, all of our team pictures should be like school photos with the lasers in the back. But if you want NFL photos like these on your wall, in your woman cave, in your man cave, or just maybe around the holidays, looking for something to give to a friend or loved one, subscribe to the Fantasy Pros YouTube channel, comment below on this video. That's it. That's all you got to do. And somebody's going to win this thanks to our good pals over at Trophy Smack. They've got amazing things over there. The belts, the rings, the loser flags. My favorite is the tiny belt or whatever it was. That was my favorite thing. The little was it the tiny trophy? I can't remember. The loser. There was something
we had the tiny toilet, which always reminds me of Despicable Me.
It was like a tiny toilet, maybe. I don't know. I'm making up product for Trophy Smack, but again, you can win that, so go win it. It would be fun. All right, boy, I have missed this. I just want to say, like, this is like my favorite part of the week when we get to do this, because you know why? Because nobody's watching us. Like, you guys are watching us. Nobody else is like, Joe, Derek, no. This is like, like we're kind of out and about there, and mom and dad have left the house. That's why these are always my favorite shows. All right, let's go to Nash Safir. Calvin Ridley or Diontae Johnson, a full point PPR. Interesting here. Where are they in the ranks? Diontae looks like a really good bet here for a really strong floor. Ridley, I would think, has more touchdown equity. But again, you got to depend on Will Levis on the road. I don't know if you want to do that. So where do you lie here? You want to take the easy points with DJ?
I'm going to go Diontae, but I mean, I've got them legit back-to-back in my ranks. Diontae's wide receiver 34, Ridley's 35. So, in a PPR, I'll go with the volume of Diontae.
Okay, just got disturbing news here on Slack. Mike Mayer is watching. So I guess the eye in the sky is always over us, no matter what.
I love you, Mayer. I'm sorry for everything I've done and will do.
Yeah, he's terrific. We love him so very much. I do. I love Mike Mayer. All right, Chuck Cox has a question. Hey, yo, PPR, flex Pittman, Zay Flowers, or Tyjae Spears? I'm sick and tired of Michael Pittman getting no respect. Guy had 1,000 yards last year. I know he had 4 touchdowns, but like, I think you can count on one hand the times that's happened in the NFL with a guy with over 1,000 yards at 4 less touchdowns. I'm going right back to Pittman here. We got to make this decision because Flowers plays tonight. Where are you going?
I'm going Pittman. I'm with you.
Yeah. With Debro and I are all on the same page here. It's a beautiful thing. Oh, look, friends. This is the other nice thing too. You see all the old friends. You see the people here who joined us last year, the year before. We're always here for the shows. BT is here. What's up, friends? Hey, Joey P. What's up, BT? It's good to see you. I love this. Love seeing all of our. There's so many questions. Speaking of old friends, look, Jen's back. Jennifer, hey guys, I currently have Worthy in one of my flex spots, half PPR. Do we trust him enough in week 1? Should we switch him out for Khalil Shakir or McLaurin? Thanks in advance there from Jen Hafner, one of our favorite folks here over at FP.
Okay. To me, this comes down, do you need with your matchup, do you need absolute ceiling or not? If you're really just trying to hit a ground rule double, I actually go Jaleel here. And I know it's half PPR.
In the football show. Easy killer. It's week 1.
Try to make some things up here, Joey. Throwing a curveball right here.
Waiting for the pickleball reference in hour 2.
No, you won't see me on pickleball. I care about
my
knees and ankles.
Why aren't we playing pickleball in the FP retreats? Like, that's a sport tournament wise. Doubles
you're gonna see maybe get a torn Achilles. I'll be
robin.
Kirk Cousins.
You
out there.
barely move in pickleball, especially if you're playing doubles. What, you got to cover this much ground? What are you diving?
I would rather something more stationary that we can still count as a sport, like
more stationary than pickleball?
Bowling or darts.
How about get you a Rubik's Cube? You get to sit and do that.
Bowling.
I hate bowling.
Have you ever solved one of those? Side note here. Have you ever solved one of those? I've never solved it. Like, maybe that's just, I'm a dunce,
I see
but
those
I've never
kids there
taken
in
the
like
time.
those competitions where they do it in like 3
Oh,
moves
yeah,
and
no.
stuff. It just pisses me off.
I've watched
Can
the
I say
YouTube
that
videos.
With Xavier Worthy, this might be, look, I don't think any of these guys are a lock.
Yeah, agreed.
It's football tonight. I want to watch football tonight.
You're going straight off of vibes then.
I'm going to straight off the vibes, man. And maybe that's a little crazy, but like it's the vibes to a certain degree. But then on top of it, it's the fact that in the preseason, we saw Patrick Mahomes lock up for some big plays. If Worthy has one big play for a touchdown, like a 40-yard touchdown catch or something like that,
yeah.
And that's not out of the realm of possibility. Like, he smokes these other two.
He's got the ceiling. He's the ceiling guy. So like that's kind of where I go back to the matchup. If you need absolute ceiling, then go with Worthy. If you really just need the points and get out, then I think,
because we don't want to know what McLaurin looks like. We don't know what that game script is going to be. Probably not great. And
well,
Shakir,
that's where it goes with McLaurin and the checkdowns.
And Shakir is another one of these guys where, like, theoretically, yeah, he could end up, but like, it's a lot of ifs and buts right now.
Lots of ifs.
Yeah, lots of ifs. Lots of ifs. All right. Let's get to some more of your questions here. This one is from ASAP, so I'm gonna ask it as slow as possible. Full PPR, Godwin or Higgins? Question mark.
And this with a sundial.
Well, when someone's name is ASAP, I think they're taking themselves a little too serious. Like, come on.
I will go Chris Godwin on this one. Washington Commanders secondary is absolutely terrible. I understand people probably want to lean with T because they're so worried about Chase, but I'm going Godwin here.
All right, I got a problem with this one. Giovanni says Guns N' Roses is an overrated band. I can't get down with that. Now, did they flame out? Yes.
I don't 100%. Know, man.
It started out amazing. But they got through.
Okay, that one album was amazing. But what did they do after that? What after the double album?
Bro, come on. Like November Rain and
I know, but that's on the same album. Chinese Democracy was terrible.
Chinese Democracy hasn't even come out. It's like 30 years ago. But like, I'm trying to think. So they did the acoustic album, right? Where Patience was after Appetite. Mm-hmm. Then you had Use Your Illusion 1 and 2. Like, you're 4 albums deep there. Or 3 if you count the other one's a double album. You can't say Guns N' Roses is overrated. You could say that they never reached their full potential. That's fair. That's fair. I don't want to say overrated. But again, you got overrated. I'm talking like, I don't want to like disparage, but like those bands. Disparage. Well, I'm trying to think of, you know what? Let's do a Google search and then I'm going to bring up some more. Here's one: Jakobi or Brian Thomas Jr. full PPR.
Full PPR, I'll lean Meyers here.
You're lean Meyers, why?
Well, so BTJ, even looking at the preseason, his ADOT was high. This is a bad matchup for field stretching stuff versus Miami. Now, you can make a case Jalen Ramsey's banged up and stuff like that, but I'm going to go with the volume. Maybe not necessarily the sexy splash upside, but the Chargers secondary is not great. Like Asante Samuel is middle of the road. Christian Fulton's the other outside starting corner. Devontae Adams is either going to railroad and eat all freaking day, or both him and Jakobi are going to surprise.
All right. These are the bands I'm more thinking of. Like, I'm looking at like Alter Bridge, Papa Roach had one cover song.
Oh, no. Papa Roach do not disparage Papa Roach on this stream.
Sum 41. There's one for you. Sum 41.
Joey.
How about zero? How about no 41?
Golly, what is going on here?
Boo, not good. All right, here's one for you. From Mario Reyes, Rashee Rice, or Joe Mixon in the half PPR.
Mixon, going with the volume.
Yeah, you got to play the Mixon. Look, it would not shock me if Rice outscored him, but I would be playing Mixon too. That's 2 for 2 there. Nickelback is too easy. I see Dubs in there in the chat. Like it's like the shooting a fish in the barrel. I want other ones. I want ones that I want the vertical horizons of the world and things like that. Like that's
Hinder.
I don't even know who that is. That sounds like a dating app from people who don't like people.
Speaking of one-hit wonders,
Arcade
Oh,
Fire.
jeez.
There's one I'm looking right there. 3 Days Grace. I can't name a 3 Days Grace song, but I know who the band is. I can't now.
I don't even know what to say to you right now.
3 days.
Like
Well, give me a 3 Days Grace song. Yeah.
Everything
ahead.
I hate about you.
No, actually, give me a song. Don't tell me about all the things you hate about me. I mean, I know the things you hate about me.
Oh, good Lord.
All right, let's go to a Mike question here from Mike Judy. Better stash, Jaden Reed or Dontavian Wicks? I think it's Reed.
Reed.
Yeah. The Wicks.
One of them's a starter and one of them's not.
The Wicks stuff is fun. Like, he's a
it's
fun player. But it's got to be an injury,
the wide
right?
receiver 4.
Right, he's a wide receiver 4, and you know, you would think a little bit more balanced this year with Jacobs. You would think, you know, but we'll see. You know, see how that goes. It's nice to see. Look, Recyclops in the chat. All of our old friends are here. Let's go to another one from Tony. Tony wants to know Diggs or Mostert, or Thomas Jr. for the flex. So it's really Diggs or Mostert. Like, let's be honest here.
I'm gonna go with Diggs.
I feel like you're going to regret that.
I don't think I am. I think Achan's going to get the work. I think he comes out and smashes.
I hope so. You know, I have an absurd amount of Jaylen Wright shares, so I'm the last person to ask about that situation because I am literally.
Then why were you leaning towards Mostert? Are you about to make a?
Because I feel like week
here.
1 it's going to be that thing again where Mostert's good, and then next week, you know, oh, he's got a hammy or he's got something else, and then we start the train, and I'm here for it. Hot take. Yesterday I was putting all my bets together, you know, going through all my preseason betting. I logged everything in the Betting Pros. So you can follow me, bettingpros.com/Joe. All the futures bets, division stuff. I put some fun parlays together too. I'm starting to come to the realization that I'm starting to fall in love with the Dolphins to win that division because everybody thinks it's the Jets.
And the defense holds up that end of the bargain, though. That's my problem with the Dolphins.
That's my problem too with the Dolphins. Believe me, it's the biggest hurdle I had with this decision. So I have some shares in there where it's Jet oriented in some of these parlays, but then I put 1 or 2 together with the Dolphins because I think people forget the Dolphins won 11 games last year. And I think in this league right now, I think you can outscore everybody in that division and win that division. I think you can. And the Dolphins against the Jets last year, I think Jaylen Waddle's still going. Like, I'm trying to, like, that was an embarrassing.
That's fair.
Like, that was an embarrassing. Like, the Jets defense supposed to be so great, and they went in there and they took it to them. Because I'm looking at the coaches more than anything, too, in that division. And I feel like McDaniel is the most capable guy. You've got a rookie head coach. You've got Saleh, who is hanging on by a thread. And McDermott at this point, again, I think the Bills window is already shut. Milano being out for the year too. Those guys on defense who have left over I think this is a time where it could be the Dolphins. I really do. And it's despite the fact that they don't have a good.
They're going to have to outscore everybody if they do it. I'll say.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's it.
Yeah,
I don't think they can go and win a playoff game in January somewhere. Yeah. But if they're hosting a playoff game in January, they might win one.
So basically, you think they're the Cowboys this year? They're awesome in the regular season, and then as soon as you get to the postseason, they choke.
It's a good analogy. It's good. Erickson and I had an epic fight on the Betting Pro show today.
Oh dear.
Where because he's in on the Jets, and
he's strong, man. He digs those two, and digs the heels in.
The Monday nights we have a side bet going, just like straight up side bet because. I told him, I was like, and I'm the guy fading the 49ers. You've heard me. All I do is fade the 49ers and not get back to the Super Bowl. All these other things. It's going to be you're going to see it wear on them.
Wait, is he taking the Jets over the 49ers?
He's taking the Jets over the 49ers.
Oh, no, I'm not doing that.
Bro.
No.
Bro.
Give me into this. I need some side action.
Year, and it's not even a person in the chat. It's Erickson. I'm broing Erickson. I broed him so hard on this, and I'm just like, because he then was making an argument against Kirk Cousins against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Well, he hasn't played, and nobody's played all their starters and all this stuff, and it's Pittsburgh. I'm like, what about Aaron Rodgers, who hasn't played in, I don't know, since January of 2023? This is the last time he's really played football. Come on, man. And he's going to go 3,000 miles with Robert Saleh and that clown of an offensive coordinator. They're going to get pwned, I think, Monday night.
All I got to say is give me some side action. I will happily bet on the 49ers over the Jets.
Yeah, you and me. Now, they got to clear the 4.5, so that's the only hurdle there.
Okay,
so,
done.
Let's go to Quintiop. I don't know what that is. It sounds like some sort of like Dutch, like a treat. You know, you like when you go to the grocery store, like the 7-Eleven in the Netherlands. That's what it sounds like. Did you get your Quintiop? Yes, I did. It's very good, father.
Like
that's a Quintiop, and you eat it, and it's delicious. There's different flavors. PPR, Pittman or DJ Moore? What a great problem to have.
Pittman.
You know, DJ Moore is a player that towards the end of draft season, I found myself getting a lot more shares of, where I don't know why people are out on him. I'm again also a tough grader on Caleb Williams, but I think his draft stock fell way too far. But I would go with Moore. So we're going to split on this one. I have Moore over Pittman in my rankings. But all right, let's go to Rebecca Lasky's question here. McLaurin, Kirk, Singletary, or Mostert? Who should I start? You can only pick one. What is this, a 16 league? What are we doing here? Rebecca,
that's a really
got to get you more friends to play fantasy football with here. I want to play McLaurin. I'm just going to keep it simple.
I'm playing McLaurin. Yeah, I'm playing McLaurin.
You know, matchups matter, but ADP.
I love Kirk. I've got both of them as top 24 wide receivers, but I'm playing McLaurin.
That's an interesting, provocative question. I want to ask you this. So when we're this early into the season, right? It's almost like we're in preseason-ish, like 2.0, these first 2 weeks. Is ADP still matter for you enough? Like, or are you digging so deep already into matchups when it comes to like, because I'm talking about like you drafted McLaurin over those guys. Yeah. You got to play McLaurin over those guys. I'm still in that mind at this juncture in the season, especially since we don't know how good or bad Jaden Daniels is. Is that where you stand too? Because that's kind of where I am in the first couple of weeks. It's like, let ADP hold a little bit before I start really going crazy. It's one thing over flex spots. It's another thing over like, do I want McLaurin or I want Christian Kirk? Well, I want McLaurin because I had him higher in my rankings, that kind of thing.
I think so. I'll split the difference a little bit. It depends on the matchup, and it depends on a lot of different factors that like I roll through the primer with, like, how much can I project for coverage data to stay the same? How much can I feel like I get a good read off of the matchup versus like a team that's got a new defensive coordinator, new personnel, a lot of things have changed. We're still going to see some changeover just because of the flip of the calendar. Some teams that we thought were really good are not going to be as good or take a step back or ascend. I'm kind of in the sense like both of these guys were in the same tier for me. So looking at guys that are in different tiers, then I'll probably kind of be with you, Joey. But like I had both these guys in a similar tier in draft season. So for me, I'll go back on the matchup a little bit more for various guys. And in this one, I think it's McLaurin, although I love Christian Kirk this week.
Dylan Rooney question, DJ Moore or Jaylen Waddle? A lot of DJ Moore questions this week. Waddle. I mean, I want both those guys in my lineup, Dylan. Like, I don't know what we're doing here. Again, some of these questions are crazy already out of the gate.
I'll stretch my legs here.
I said y'all. It only took one
show.
See?
It only took we are 28 minutes into the first show of the first week, and there we go.
First y'all.
There you go. You love to see it. You do. But the reason I'm not saying I'm fading DJ Moore, but I think you don't bring in and give a contract to L'Jarius Sneed, and considering how good of a shadow corner he was last year, and not ask him to probably shadow coming at the gate. Now, is that how I'm projecting it? Not necessarily, but I think that's definitely a possibility of him shadowing DJ Moore this week. And Sneed shut down everybody he shadowed last year, so I'm not going to say that it can't happen. So that's why I'm a little bit lower. And I will be a little bit lower than DJ Moore than consensus and ranks.
DJ Moore last year, I mean, statistically speaking, pretty stunning. I mean, if you just
he was awesome.
I feel like he is the one guy too. Pittman was the other one where if you just take away the name, take away the situation, and say, hey, where would you draft this guy? So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna play that game. 96 catches, 1,300 yards, 8 touchdowns. Where do you draft that guy?
Second round pick.
Early second round pick, right?
Yeah.
That wasn't his ADP.
Yeah.
I mean,
I know.
His ADP was wide receiver 20. So what the hell are we doing here, folks?
Fourth, fifth round pick, a lot of times, if I'm remembering correct.
All right. So we've got royalty watching us. Joseph Hallmark. He's got that Hallmark money. Let me tell you, between the cards and the ornaments and the television network.
Must be nice. Just have holidays already just sewn up. You don't have to worry about what you're getting people. Just sending out cards.
Or our expectations
that thing.
So high.
You get a card. You get a card. You get a card.
That must be exhausting in the Hallmark family, though. They just give out cards constantly
to each other for cuts.
Lots of paper
cuts. I hear.
It's Arbor Day, it's Flag Day. I mean, it's just like they send thank you cards for thank you cards. It never ends. It's just constant. Yeah, you killed a lot of trees, Joe. That's what you're doing. Joe Hallmark wants to know. Great to see you guys. It's great to see you too, Joe. Got a few questions in a couple leagues. Full PPR. Would you flex Sutton or Pollard?
Pollard.
Agreed. Also, Stevenson or Pollard?
Stevenson.
Oh, why? Curious.
Cincinnati's run defense was bottom 5 last year, and they lost DJ Reader. They are going to feed Ramondre Stevenson in this game. And even if you want to play the spread total, I think if we're talking about late game checkdowns, because if they get railed by the Bengals this week, then I think that goes to Mondre and not Antonio Gibson. So either way, I think he's matchup proof.
You and I both know week 1 is chaos. And every year in these survivor pools, people look at that, whatever that like, biggest gimme matchup is, and it's clearly on paper Cincinnati. And I'm staying away from, I'm taking in our survivor pool? The 49ers out of the gate. That's right. This is, I'm telling you, and this is not because I'm a Patriots fan. Far from, because I'm a self-loathing Patriots fan right now. They are not going to be a good football team. I'm very realistic, but I can... the Bengals don't always get off to the best starts to season. Historically, they're not a good starting team. I could see this one getting real dicey. Really could. It would not shock me at all. The chase wasn't around. A little sluggish out of the gate. The Patriots, us against the world mentality. I don't know, man. I'm a little scared. All right, last one for Hallmark here. A Godwin or Devonta Smith? Joe says, thanks for everything.
I'm not overthinking it. Smith.
All right, there you go. So, Joe, from us to you, on this very special occasion. You know what? Is there like an opening season card? There should be, I feel like. Happy opener.
Yeah, talk to your people, Joe. Let me know.
Get on that. Get on that, Joe. Yeah. Does your wife watch the Hallmark movies? Does she do Christmas in July?
Oh gosh. Those Hallmark movies, man, I just can't. It's even worse than like daytime soaps. The acting is
I feel like it's just one movie and they just keep and it's not and sometimes it's actually a different, like sometimes actually the same people I see too.
Yeah,
like in those same movies.
They just go through the same rom-com actors and actresses.
It's always like, she's a high-powered advertising executive, and and he works at a Christmas tree.
He's a small town farmer.
Right.
Does this work out?
And now, she's got to come in and foreclose on the land or something like that. And he's like, but my sick father is, he plays Santa Claus for everybody. And, and then they fall in love.
This you need to make sure that you privatize the rights to that script before it gets made.
That script, they've already done 6 of those movies.
That's so funny.
The question is, what's the title for that Hallmark movie? What's the title for the Hallmark? Now, there it is. This is somebody's going to win. All right. We talked about the giveaway. All right. I'm going to personally try to figure out how to get somebody the winner of this. Give me your best in the comments. Trophy Smack, Wall Smack is up for grabs. I want somebody to drop a comment here. Name the Hallmark movie about myself and Derek Brown. 2 fantasy bros.
Oh, dear.
Who just love fantasy football. Name that Hallmark movie. Give it a name. And I want to give you the Trophy Smack thing. Yeah?
Oh, dear. I'm against it. I'm just...
How could you
I'm very interested how many G, PG, and X-rated titles we get here, even though it's a Hallmark movie.
If you keep it clean, I'll bring them up here on the screen. If it's dirty, then you can't show it. Sorry. But people can read it. If you go back and watch on the YouTube channel, you can always read the comments on there live. By the way, life is busy. You drafted your fantasy team. Maybe you were barely able to do that because you got, a million kids like D-Bro, and they've all got a million different activities, and I'm coaching football. Like, things get weird. So make sure you have the autopilot feature ready to go on My Playbook. If you haven't already, sync your leagues for free. Please. I'm begging all of you, sync your leagues this year. If you haven't ever before, you could set all your lineups from one spot just from the FantasyPros app instead of going from 8 different places. Oh, I'm in 3 leagues here and 2 leagues. Stop it. Just use My Playbook and set all your lineups. And then you can use all the other cool features too, like autopilot, where you can set it and forget it. They will give you their optimal lineup every single week, or if you just want to take that pressure off your hands, that's how you do it. Again, the autopilot feature is only available with My Playbook. Download My Playbook right now, wherever you get your apps, or go to fantasypros.com/myplaybook. All right. I wonder if anyone's given us some good names so far here. That's really what I got to see.
That last one by Matt Carmody was really good.
Well, the problem is like they come so fast at this point that it's really hard. So Hallmark movie. Oh, this is a good one. Southern Comfort, y'all. There you go.
Oh, that's
not bad.
good. That's really
a good one. The Nerd Alert says Tender Moment starring Debro and Joey P. Following Cagney and Lacey. Oh, if you get the Cagney and Lacey reference, you should probably go get a colonoscopy.
This was a nice one too. That's the one that I was referencing.
Miracle on Fourth Down. Oh.
Yeah, that was nice. Christmas movie.
That's
Joey P as Santa.
Slow clap worthy.
It's very nice.
Matt, Miracle on Fourth Down. That's really good.
Yeah,
it's really good. And there was this one from Ryan. Opening Day, The Bald, the Beautiful, and the Christmas Tree Farm. Not bad. Notes of Autumn. That's
Miracle on Fourth Down. Couldn't that also
Miracle
be like
on Fourth Down?
Couldn't that be a docu-series on Brandon Staley? Could we go that route too?
What's that guy doing right now?
Oh dear Lord.
He's probably on a golf course somewhere collecting. I mean, he's getting paid, right? He's getting money, right?
Yeah, sure. We'll go with that.
He is. He's absolutely getting paid, man.
I agree with you.
The Days of Our Fantasy Lives. Also not bad.
Oh,
that's
very daytime soapy. I don't know if I'm pretty enough for that though.
Well, I certainly am. So there you go. Trophy Husbands. Yes. There you go. Also a good one there. Oh, here's another good one too. From AJ the Smith Baby. It's bro outside.
Oh my, that's good stuff. That is nice.
Does your wife watch like the Christmas in July too? She's doing that then too.
No, we're not a Christmas in July family.
All right, here we go. Let's get a question here. Chris wants to know half PPR Diontae Johnson or Najee Harris in the flex.
Half PPR. I'll go with Najee. I'll just bank on touchdown.
Oh, Mayor just reminded us. Staley is on the Niners staff. Yet another reason
I knew he was consulting with somebody.
Year.
I knew he was with somebody. I just couldn't remember what it was. I thought it was the Rams, but yeah.
I mean, another reason to fade the Niners this year, folks. I mean, come on. Let's go to Karen's question here. Hey, boys, Watson or Nabers in PPR?
I'm going to go Watson here.
Yes,
I know that he's playing with Jordan Love. Neighbors. I worry about Daniel Jones falling apart in this game.
Now here, this is a quintessential. Like, here we go. Right off the bat here. I love Malik Nabers. You love Malik Nabers. We all love Malik Nabers. It's week 1, and we're already saying Christian Watson over Nabers. Christian Watson was wide receiver 40. Malik Nabers was wide receiver 24.
Yep.
How many weeks are you going to feel better about starting Nabers than you are about Watson? And this was always my point about Nabers, which is he is a top 15 talent.
Yep.
But he's playing with Daniel Jones. So we just don't know what it's going to be. Maybe it will be great. Who knows? Anything's possible. But that to me, like, that is the quintessential, oh my God, like, kick you right square in the groin moment of it's week 1 and look already why ADP isn't always helpful. Like, there you go. There's a good one. Raymond with a question for you. Courtland Sutton, Watson, or Josh Palmer in the full point PPR? Watson for me here too.
Watson. Yeah.
Palmer's a good start this week. You have him
Palmer
as
is a good flex. Yeah, I like Palmer as a flex. Yep. Very high on him this week.
All right. Let's go to another question here. Again, more questions all over the place. Michael Elias, DJ Moore, Xavier. Come on. DJ Moore.
Yeah,
bro.
We're getting too cute with that. It's DJ Moore.
Come on.
That's almost bro worthy, but I get it. I get worthy in the upside.
You know what?
It's still DJ Moore for me.
I should bro him. Should I? I feel like
it's too early. It's too early. Save it.
I already broed Erickson, and he works.
You did. You already got one out of the system, so it's not like you have pent up rage right now. So I would save it.
No, you know what? I gotta stay on brand, bro. We just did that exercise.
I tried, Michael. I tried to get into
1,300 yards and 96 receptions and 8 touchdowns last year with Justin Fields.
I'm gonna
I don't care what you think of Fields. Caleb Williams is a better pure passer, bro.
Yeah.
Bro.
I'm sorry, Michael. I tried.
Bro. I felt good actually.
Yeah. You feel better? Like cleansing breath?
Aaron's got a good one. A good Hallmark movie for Any Given Christmas.
Oh, that is
not
nice.
Bad. Oh. Not bad. This Christmas, we will play that Is It Real or Fake Hallmark movie title. I have that game in the chamber. I've already found it. I've already played it. because my mom likes
that
the Hallmark
sounds
movies,
glorious.
and I already did it to her.
That
So we're gonna
sounds
play
awesome.
that this year. So stay with us, believe you.
Oh, dear.
Believe you me. There's some other ones that I'd like to bring up here, but I can't. But they're very funny, and I see you.
I see some in the chat. I'm like, I want to, but I'm like, I can't.
Really
I
good
can't,
ones.
we can't do
So
it. Yep,
if
there's
you're
some
just
good ones.
listening to this, go read the chat.
Yeah.
It's worth it. All right, here's a quarterback question. Finally, from Ben. I'm sorry, from Bejangled. Pardon me. Bejangled wants to know Dak or Goff in the half. Well, again, it doesn't matter if it's a half PPR. It's a quarterback. This is my favorite thing. Every year, people ask quarterback questions and they throw in the format. So like, unless Dak Prescott is catching passes, it's not really gonna make a difference. Goff or Dak?
Golf.
I'm going Goff.
Golf.
Yep, okay.
2 for 2.
I do think that line on the Cowboys being 2.5 point underdogs against the Browns is wrong. I'm just going to put that out there. I think it's wrong. And I don't like the Cowboys that much either, but I like Deshaun Watson less. I think it's wrong. I think it's going to be
I got to go look at it. I'm going to throw this into my betting pros bets. I am probably going to be betting the Browns money line.
I talked about my upset of the week too on the show today on Betting Pros. Probably come out later today. The Raiders I'm in on too, big time. Straight up on the money line. The Chargers do not know who they are yet. We don't know who they are yet. Harbaugh will have a good influence over time, but not in one game.
Yeah,
they're going to run the football. They're going to play defense, and the Raiders are going to have Max Crosby running after Justin Herbert, who's already got a bum foot to begin with. You can tell me he's healthy all you want. Plantar fascias are wicked injuries. I know because I had 2 once. So, like, I'm telling you right now, I like the Raiders in this one. I think it's another one, too, where I don't get that line. Just straight up don't get it.
I can't wait until we get to the point of the season where you get to explain to the entire crowd. But you know where I'm going with this, right?
I don't,
about the Taysom Hill finger. You can explain that type of injury, too.
Oh, my
I had the mallet trip. The Taysom Hill finger.
It's now look when it corrected and swoops up now.
Injuries made.
And you know what I did
on a flag football field.
And what did I do?
That wasn't. Yeah,
that was a couple years ago. Yeah, it was pre-flag game. Taped it up. Caught 2 touchdowns in the championship game, didn't I?
Here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Gamers show up at go time.
Shouldn't even.
The word warrior was used more than once.
I think by you,
at least
both
by
times,
me.
Though. Yeah, I was going to say both times for you.
So. Robert Thomas, also of the band
Matchbox 20.
Matchbox 20.
I was
Matchbox 20. Matchbox 20 overrated late 90s.
Yes, very overrated.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, I think we could put
like 1-2 good songs. That's it.
Aaron Jones or David Montgomery.
Easy
Rob,
Aaron
no,
Jones.
no offense, Rob. I don't
Aaron
think
Jones.
you are. So easy Aaron Jones. Why is it easy Aaron Jones? Because it's the Giants. Simple as that.
Because it's the Giants, and we just talked about all this positive game script and Daniel Jones falling apart. But the other part about that is the Giants didn't do anything to upgrade the run defense. Like I know they added Brian Burns, but he's not you don't add Brian Burns to stop the run. So they were a bottom 5 run defense last year. I think they're probably still going to be bottom 5, bottom 10 this year. I think Aaron Jones comes out and smashes in week 1.
All right, let's get to Heather's question here. Welcome back, guys. Thank you, Heather. It's good to be back. Thank you for joining us here. And thank you, everybody,
Heather,
for hanging out with us today. I mean, this is, again, every Tuesday and Thursday, Derek and myself here, 3 p.m. Eastern. Erickson and myself, every Wednesday, we're going to be here just answering questions, talking to you guys, because this is like the fun. This is the interactive part of this job that we love so much. McLaurin or Connor in the flex. I don't know. Let's call it half PPR since we don't know. I'm going to go with, this is a really
I'm going Connor. I think
Connor it's Connor for the volume.
Yeah, I'm going Connor because he has a really good matchup. Buffalo's run defense has been bad over the last 2 years. So I'm going Connor.
You just don't know yet what Jaden Daniels is like. We have feelings.
Yeah.
We have projectables.
Like I feel really good about McLaurin. I just don't know if he scores.
I do too.
Like I think he probably has a really good game, but also banging on touchdowns. I think Connor gets in the end zone this week.
The other big speaking of upsets too, and Terrell was on this. Again, go watch if you haven't already, go subscribe to the Betting Pros channel too. Lots of good stuff on there. So Terrell and I were both also on the point side of the Titans and Bears, because historically looking, that first shot out of the gate for rookie quarterbacks typically doesn't go well. I want to say like 5-15 in the last 20 starts. And I know, like, some guys are, better than others. We can have that conversation and all that, whatever. But 4.5 is a big number on the Tennessee side. That's a big number. And I don't know if they're going to win outright, but 4.5 is a big number. And I think Tennessee can cover there. I think they can make a play or two. This is one of the few times where I'm actually curious about Tennessee. Can't believe what I'm saying. It's week 1. Crazy things happen. Here's one from Tyler. Zay Flowers or Christian Watson?
Still going Watson.
Still going
Watson.
I'm trying to remember Zay Flowers, wide receiver ADP.
Oh, he was above Watson.
He was Watson.
He was above Watson.
Mm-hmm.
And I know everybody's going to tell me the last game that he had versus the Chiefs, he had 115. I understand that. I get it.
Yeah, he also got a ball knocked out from him that cost them that game last time I checked. I love Zay, but, come on now. All right, here's one. Again, I don't know what league this is, but I want to be in it. Full PPR, DK or Pickens? DK. One of the big, I would say, questions this year about a team. The Seattle Seahawks. New coach, right? Carroll's been there forever. Same pieces, though. I have a tough time trying to gauge what the Seattle Seahawks are going to be in 2024. Where do you stand on them? Because this is one of those like show me kind of teams where it wouldn't surprise me if they were great and they were a playoff team, and it wouldn't surprise me if they were terrible and won 6 games.
I think they're going to be closer to great than even middle of the road. I think McDonald. I think the linchpin for that team. It doesn't even come down to the skill guys. I think the linchpin for that team is their offensive line. If their offensive line can hold up and give Geno clean pockets, I think that team is going to surprise a lot of people because the secondary is fantastic. I think McDonald's going to use Devon Witherspoon like he did with Marlon Hunt. He's going to move him all around the formation, put him on a lot of wide receiver ones. That team's going to surprise, man. I really do think so.
Here's Buzz trolling us in the chat. I love this. Tyreek Hill or Christian Watson?
Fine. You found the line, Buzz. You found the line.
But here's another line. It's a really interesting question. Rice or Christian Watson?
That comes down to a floor and ceiling conversation for me. I will go with Watson if you need the ceiling. If you just want the points and get out of the way, it's a Rashee because I think the volume's going to be there. But I would have no problem. I would have no problem shooting for the moon with Watson there.
Look, I've got more shares than anybody on Christian Watson probably, and I just think he's when you circle guys who can win you a league, that was the first one I kept going to every single time. And here we are in week 1, and we're already in this, like we're right in the thick of it. It's unbelievable. Here's another one. This isn't me, folks. These are the questions. Watson or Ken Walker? Now, here's where I would play Ken Walker because that is too good of a matchup here.
No, it's a smash matchup. He's going to run all over him.
I love the over on his rushing total this week, too.
Yes.
I just got to say.
Yes. I think I already bet it. If not, he will be in my bets.
Yeah, it definitely should be. He was our pick to go over 100 yards. Yeah, we're doing a thing on Out of Bounds on Mondays with Welsh and Bogman and I where we pick a 300-yard passer, a 100-yard receiver, and a 100-yard running back. So my 100-yard running back was Ken Walker. So I thought that would be the way to go there. Andrew wants to know Diontae Johnson or Christian Watson. Again, all Christian Watson. Man, Christian Watson stinks. It's going to be a long weekend for us. Like,
it's okay. I mean, I'm used to the hate.
Yeah, you know what I would do? Trade for him everywhere. Okay, trade for him everywhere because he's going to have that 1 or 2 big plays, and man, that guy's good. Now here's an interesting one too. Andrew Struck, Xavier Worthy or Diontae Johnson PPR. It's DJ for me all day.
Yeah, it's DJ just for the volume. Yeah,
like. Worthy's fun, but I think I want to take my 12 points and get out right now. It's week 1.
Even median projections, like Diontae is going to get at least 8 targets. That's probably the ceiling you're looking at for Worthy.
Here's one too. Oh my goodness, 2 of your favorite things. Full PPR, Singletary or Stevenson. This is from Joshua.
Stevenson.
Stevenson. There you have it, everybody. Well, look, I want to thank everybody for hanging out with us. Again, drop your comments below. Tell us the name of the Hallmark movie. The love story between these 2 bros, D-Bro and Joey P. And if you do, you just might win yourself a trophy smack, wall smack. Again, subscribe to the Fantasy Pros YouTube channel. Drop your comments below. Ring the bell till it goes ding for notifications so you know if you're the big winner of these glorious artwork pieces. Don't forget to use my playbook, including autopilot and the start sit assistant, the waiver assistant, every kind of assistant you can imagine. Sync your leagues for free. Set all your lineups on one app. Sounds easy. That's because it is. Oh, Derek Brown. Predictions tonight. Go ahead. Give me the score tonight for the Chiefs-Ravens game. What do you got for
me? That's a good one. 24-17 Chiefs.
Oh, I like that one. That's a pretty good one. I'm going 24-20 Chiefs. So they just clear that 3.
I mean, what's the total in that game? Like 48, 47?
Well, like I said, it's still preseason. I think helps the Chiefs too.
Okay, 47. I definitely think this game hits the under. I'll say that.
I'm staying away from that number. I think it's like spot on. But I will say this. Over on the Kelsey numbers tonight too.
Over on Andrews.
Last year,
have a lot of work.
Learned the hard way. Week 1, don't let your guard down. They let their guard down to the Lions, and the Lions took it to them. It's not going to happen. Obviously, it's the Ravens anyway. This is a big game, believe it or not. Like right out of the gate, when it comes down to December and playoff seeding is starting to happen, this is going to be a big game here. And so far, the Ravens historically have fallen short of catching the Chiefs. So great stuff here. Again, great hanging out with all of you. We love all of you. We're so happy football's back. We know you are too. And we're going to be here Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 3 p.m. right here on this channel. Subscribe to the channel. Hang out with us. Happy football, everybody. That'll do it for us. But the story of the game goes on for D-Bro. I'm Joey P. We'll see you next time, kids. Yay, football. Woo!